Oh, not that close then.
All right, here we go. You guys ready?
Yes.
Oh, we're live already. Hello, everybody. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back. If you're new here on Saturdays, we collaborate on all things Outschool. So here today I have Kelly and Rebecca. Hey, ladies, how you doing?
Hello. Good.
Good.
Good. I'm trying to get it so I can see us and there we go, and my chat box at the same time. So let us know where you're tuning in from, say hello, and yeah, let's get started right away. So there was a new email out from Outschool today or yesterday, and we're going to chat about that. But first, do you guys want to go over who you are and what classes you're offering right now?
Okay. Start? All right, I'll start. So I'm Kelly, teacher Kelly tag. I have a civics class that's pretty popular. I have Diary of a Wimpy Kid. I just opened some ESL classes and I already have bookings, although I'm offering a free trial class the first week. So yes. And that's it.
Excellent. Very good. We'll have to spread the word on your ESL classes. I've had a few parents reach out to me saying they're looking for ESL classes, and I just haven't been offering them on my platform. So yeah, I'll send them your link after this. So
thanks.
Below in the description box, we have links for you, but I think it's for teachers. We'll have to check on those. We might have to add some class ones down there. So, all right,
I think
Rebecca.
the teacher ones. Hi, I'm teacher Rebecca, and I teach math and science. So math games for kindergarten, first grade, so they can reinforce their math abilities and facts in a fun game-based way. Then I also teach science experiments for ages 3 to 7-ish. But if you're a little older, you can join in too. It's a lot of hands-on. Every week's a little bit different. This year I'm doing it in themes of months. So in January, it's all about winter and snow and ice. And then February, we'll go into some space experiments and crafts and stuff.
Excellent.
So, yeah.
Excellent. And like I said, I'm teacher Casey. I do mostly story times and activities. And I just got publisher permission for new ones. So there's some new ones coming out. So I'm super excited. All right, so Rebecca had told me about the email that just came out, and it was revised class listing policy for 2022. Yeah, so did you guys have a chance to read over it a little bit?
To teach Casey.
Well, I think the reason they did it is because there was a thread on the Outschool Teacher Hub with all these teachers complaining about the approval process. I'll admit it can be frustrating sometimes. So I think they had to address it. That was my opinion. Yeah.
All right, well, let's take a look at that email. I'm going to share my screen and we can kind of go over it. I did like that they had some tips and tricks on there. So,
I like that too. They walk through exactly each step of the class listing. And I think it's great for new teachers, but also for teachers who've been around for a while going, aha, this could help me as I make more classes.
Right. So can you guys see the email?
Yes.
Okay, so it was an email. Originally, this is the email, and then I just clicked on the guide. So they recently revised the guide on how to create an excellent class listing that includes all of the elements. So I did want to show you guys the elements on there. So there. So what do you guys feel is the most difficult thing about, we'll go back to that, about listing a class?
So this just happened to me, was it yesterday or 2 days ago? I listed my new one-on-one ESL class and only got sent back once, but then I was trying to list a group class and that one got sent back to me 4 times. Finally, after the 4th time, then it took 24 hours and then it got approved. But I guess it was kind of tricky making a group class ongoing because I couldn't have a curriculum. I can do that if it was one-on-one, but then when I tried to do that for the group class, they said you can't do that because it has to build on each other. And also, it was going to be a casual kind of conversational class. So, every week we were just going to talk and practice speaking. And then they wanted me to list very specifics for each week. So yeah, this just happened recently. So that was hard getting that class approved. And there have been times where I've just given up. They've sent it back to me so many times where I just said, forget it. I'm not doing that class.
Yeah. And I think I read in this email that after 3 times now, they can be like deleted, declined.
Oh, really?
Totally.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I had just read that this morning. So yeah, it could be. It didn't say it will be, but yeah. So for me, I think that was probably one of the hardest things for me as well, because I would like make this class and then all of a sudden it would be, no, you need to list them out. But before, when we started, correct me if I'm wrong, we didn't have to do all of that, right? We just had dates, but now we have to be more specific, right?
Yes, they definitely did get stricter on that than when we all first started in 2020.
Yeah. So Rebecca, what do you think is one of the hardest? Are you ready? I know you've got your babies there.
Yeah, they all want to talk to me when I'm on here. Crazy. In a minute, sweetie. I haven't had too much trouble listing classes. I kind of stick to the same kind of formula. And I know that ongoings cannot build on each other. So I just make every lesson like a standalone lesson. So that works for me, but I haven't tried to do too much academic stuff that needs to like follow a format.
Yeah. So really quick, I want to say they talked about different elements. I'm not going to read them all because I think you guys could go into them. If there's any ladies that you feel are most important, let me know. But I think it would take too long if we went through every single one. But the title, it's important to have a title that's descriptive of what your class is covering. A photo. Do you guys always have photos and videos, or just the photo?
Always. I have a generic video that I can just stick up there that's like 10 seconds until I get around to making one for that specific class. So I have one that I can just throw up there in the meantime. Yeah.
Oh,
that's smart, having a generic one. I'm trying to make it specialized. I have a profile video that I updated from my profile, and I'm working on adding them to my classes. My one-time classes aren't booking much anymore, so I'm not going to worry about adding a video to them because it's just too much work for not enough, profit. But I might make sure that my ongoing classes have a video that does kind of show my personality, my classroom. As a parent, I like to watch a video that shows the teacher in the environment they're going to teach, because I can gauge like what their lighting's like, what their personality's like, what their microphone's like. Can I hear them or not? What kind of class it is? And I can tell all that within the first 30 seconds. So if it's a 5-minute video, I might not watch all 5 minutes. I mean, I don't need to have your whole like bio and your philosophy of teaching. Some people love that, but I can tell in the first 30 seconds. What I don't like is watching a video where it's just all stock photos and pretty music. And you're like, but who's the teacher? Like, I still don't know anything about who is teaching. I haven't heard any voices. I haven't seen any pictures of them. What am I buying? Am I buying these pretty pictures? So make sure that your video shows what they're paying for.
Yeah, I agree. I've seen videos like that. I think a video like that would only work if your class is something like you're selling how to do, how to make videos or how to do photography, or coding, because then you're showing what the coding is. Because even though I don't really have kids that take classes anymore, I do look at other people's classes. So that's the only time I could see a video like that working. But people want
and I don't mind, like if you're an art teacher or a photography teacher, you want to show off your work, that's fine. But that's all I see. Or if it looks like stock photos with the whole watermark on them, that to me looks kind of tacky. Like, really? You had to use watermarked things in here? I don't understand why you spend so much time on a video that's not helping.
Right. Awesome. All right, let's see. So your summary cannot exceed 240 characters. Do you guys feel like that's one of the most, important parts? I mean,
It can be.
So that
That's where
they
you want to
know
put your
what
keywords, because when you
the
type those
outcome.
keywords
Mhm.
to search classes, it'll hook onto the title and the summary. So those are the two places for sure
Mhm.
you need to have the key words of what you think people are going to type to find your class.
Excellent. Then your class sizes. What is the largest class you guys have taught?
10.
Okay.
It was, yeah, it was, it was too much, I can say. I tried 10
Yeah.
and it was too crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. My
Yeah.
science classes,
Not
I
for
can go to,
Outschool, but
Yeah.
oh yeah, in brick and mortar, you can have a ton of people.
Oh, yeah.
But on the computer, it's a whole nother beast. My science classes, I can go up to
Yeah.
8 because they all work on their own project at the same time, and then they just check in with me.
Mm.
With math classes that are turn-based, I kept it at 6 because I don't want them to spend too
Oh,
long
yeah.
to get back to their turn. So you have to think of what kind of class it is, how much wait time are they going to have, and that dictates to me like, nope, I can't do more than 6 because it's just not fair to the kids.
Absolutely.
I had
Yeah.
a
I've
read
had,
aloud.
uh-huh.
Go
Oh,
ahead.
go ahead, Casey. I'll say it after you.
I had a read aloud yesterday, which was on colors, and we did a scavenger hunt, and I had 35 sign up, but 22 came. It was so cute. I mean, it was designed to be like a demo class. So it wasn't that
Uh-huh.
I, got paid per student or anything, but 22 in the ages, I put from 4 to 7, I think, and I had from 3 to 9.
Mm.
So it was a fun, busy class.
Yeah.
22.
I have found that different classes are better with different amounts, and you kind of have to experiment. When I was doing my first class as my American Girl class, 8 worked because it was fun and it was games. But then when I tried to do 8 for a book class, I would just notice that not every kid would get a turn to speak. And I even had them unenroll, so it got to be too much. So certain classes, especially if they require more speaking on and more participation, you can go lower. But each class is going to be different. And I have a newer class that's academic, and I'm trying 7 since they're an older age group. So yeah.
Okay. So now it says here classes cannot be free. We enforce a minimum price of $1. So how did you run it for your trial? Did you give a coupon or?
Yeah, coupon code. Coupon
Mhm.
code.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, with a coupon, you can kind of do a coupon for the entire price of the class, making it 0. But they can't just enroll for free. They do have to, pay something, but the coupon can just eliminate that.
Right.
Right. Excellent. So we talked, so class description. This is where I feel like I have a hard time coming up with all the words I want to say.
Me too, actually. I've gotten better.
We'll be honest, I have hired Stephanie to do this for me before, so.
It was embarrassing. Like I went back and I kind of reopened a class that I made when I first started. Like, let's go back and open this up again. Oh, that class description was kind of choppy. Like, oh boy, I need to revise this.
Yes.
So it's good to go back to class. Go, why is this not booking anymore? Oh, maybe let's spiff this up a little bit. Make this a little bit more. Now that you've written a couple of them, you'll know grammar and stuff like that. So it's okay to go back and revise.
So once you revised your description, did you feel like it was booking?
I mean, kind of. I mean, still like the one-time classes that they don't book much anymore, but I just wanted to make sure that the word was a little bit better.
Yeah. I think when you first get started, you want to throw everything in there you can and let them know everything. And then it just is like all over the place, but you learn as you go. So, and then the learning goals, I think as a parent, I like looking at the learning goals. Like, what is my child going to take away from it? Homework. I've never assigned homework for Outschool unless it was my handwriting class. What about you guys?
Well, I do book clubs, so they do need to read the book before they come, or else they're going to have no idea what we're talking about. And now in my new civics class, in some of my upcoming classes, I'm going to have them watch videos ahead of time because I don't want to take up class time. And then I give optional assignments afterwards. Like, I don't even ask them about it or mention them again. I just put them up there if they want them. Hey, if not. So yeah.
Mine are optional. Now for my math games class, go, your homework this week is to play this game with your family and then see who wins.
Yeah.
So like if they do it, great. If they don't, that's fine. But sometimes they like to kind of, now they know the rules of the game, they'll play with their family, reinforce the concepts.
Right. As far as assessments, I've never, I mean, a handwriting assessment at the beginning to make sure they know how to hold their pencil and stuff, but that's part of the Handwriting Without Tears program. I have to look at their grip. So you guys haven't had to do assessments or anything, right?
Never.
No.
And then it'll ask you about parental guidance, your teacher expertise.
Now, real quick on
and
parental guidance,
sources.
if you have them use anything hot, like hot water or the stove or oven or scissors, you need to put that
Glue
in
gun,
parental
right?
guidance, as well as the descriptions. So like in my ongoing class, every once in a while, I'll use like the oven or some scissors. Oh, okay, parent help. And I'll just make it really big so the parent knows that they need to be nearby just in case.
Yeah.
And sometimes it'll get sent back to you saying you need to put this in parental guidance.
Yeah. So I teach very different classes from Rebecca, but I've had it sent back before, like Diary of a Wimpy Kid. You wouldn't think that would need parental guidance, but it came back to me because the main character goes after girls and I don't know, sometimes talks about things. Or in civics, they sent it back to me because they're like, well, controversial things might come up. How are you going to, handle that? And what are you going to put in the descriptions? I had to come up with that. Yeah.
So do you remember, was it last week or a couple weeks ago when something came out about the third-party tools and resources? You guys remember kind of where,
and that's in there too.
Anyone want to talk about that?
Sure.
Go ahead.
Do you want us to talk about it? I mean, the tools that I use, thank God, are approved ones like YouTube and Nearpod. And so I didn't really look at the others. I just paid attention to the ones that I use. So luckily those are okay. So yeah.
The main basis is you can show anything you want during class, but you can't send them a link after class for them to click on if they're under the age of 13, if it's not COPPA compliant. Because a lot of places you have to set up an account with it and so forth, and they don't want kids being able to access that if they're under 13. So you can't send a YouTube video to them afterwards, but you can watch it during class.
Right. And
they don't want the kids' information.
Yeah. Yeah. I do a lot of YouTube in class, but it's always, inside a Google slide or a Canvas slide. And then if I send the videos I'm going to send before class and some of my upcoming classes are through Nearpod. So they never get the direct link to that YouTube. Yeah.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah. And they don't want them signing up for stuff and putting their private information on these sites. That's actually something they did at our school back in Germany for a lot of the different sites. We used to have like Raz Kids and all these different things, but then they were like, wait, we need to not put all their information in and things like that. So everybody had codes and everything for their names, like, the first letter of their first name, the last 3 letters of their last name and things like that. And then a number following it. So we had to protect all the privacy of our babies. So awesome. Well, I think we got through all the elements. It talks about materials and external resources. We hit on that. Anything else about class listings that you noticed in the email or anything?
I don't think so.
Nope. I mean, the email does mention what you need to do when you want to press pause, when you want to take some time off, or if you have an emergency situation. That's a really good thing to click on, because it talks about, that you really should cancel classes outside of 24 hours. So the parents have enough warning. But sometimes happens, you lose your power or an emergency happens or whatever, and you have to cancel less than 24 hours. You can go through Outschool support. They can take care of that for you. Like if you're in the ER with your family member, you're like, help, and they will help you. They'll take care of everything for you. But if you can't do it yourself, I'd say go ahead and just send a classroom message, refund the parents. If that's what you want to do. Like one time I did have to, I had strep throat. I had to see the doctor. The only time they had was during a class. I'm like, of course it has to be during a class. Okay, I'll just go through, send the classroom message saying, I'm sorry, but I got to go in to see the doctor. Here's a refund. See you guys next week. And they're like, that's totally fine. As long as you communicate to the parents, they're fine with that. But like here, what you're showing is that if you want to take a break from teaching, like maternity leave, or you're like, I want to take the summer off, whatever, make sure you turn off auto scheduling so they don't just like auto make a class for you that you have to teach. It does say to unlist all your classes, but I would say just don't open any sections. If you want to make sure they don't get unlisted, I would maybe set sections for private, so there's in there. Now, if you want to take a break like for a year or so, then you might as well unlist them. But if it's just for the summer, no, I would suggest that if you're going to come back in 3 months, go ahead and schedule some sections out for 3 or 4 months from now, so parents know that you're still active, you're just taking a little break. So it's just up to you of how you want to do that.
Yeah, what I did for summer, I didn't even close my ongoing classes. They were still open. I just scheduled the next one 3 months later. So yeah.
Yeah, as long as you tell the parents, hey, we're taking a break, but you can stay enrolled and we'll just kind of come back.
Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know why it went all the way to the bottom. When I was opening up this thing,
I noticed that too.
Yeah,
the bottom went to like long-term leave, but the top one is extenuating circumstances. Like, I have to take today off because something happened.
Right.
Yeah.
And it just, I don't know, when I opened it, it went straight to the bottom one. So
yeah. Well, one time
you want to
my power went out like 10 minutes before a class started. I wish I would have known that. I could have just emailed support because, actually that was another problem. I couldn't even get on the internet to tell my class. So I had to call my husband and walk him through how to get into my account to tell my class that I wasn't going to be there. Yeah.
Right. Excellent. So let's see. The other thing, promote classes with the Outschool logo. We've done a whole video on that. You can download the Outschool logo and use it like I've done on our thumbnail. And the last,
just make sure you follow the guidelines.
Yeah.
Yeah. Make sure you do it right.
Links What's that?
Just make sure you do it right, because there are important guidelines of what you can and can't use, how you can do it. I know one of the things is making sure the logo is very visible, like the whole thing. So put it like in a dark spot or a light spot where it kind of goes over, a face or over something busy. It hides half the logo. Don't do that. Make sure you can fully see the entire logo.
And there's also that little dot at the top. It's like an R or whatever it shows you. That's supposed to be visible as well. Oh man, hi. Is that Ariel? Hi. Oh man, totally missed the chat today, guys. Whoops. Hey, Terry. I have a SOR's pod. Is that like a Nearport? Oh, that's right. What is it? She's doing a pod with on Outschool. Yeah, starting Tuesday, 7 enrolled. Awesome.
Nice.
Ariel said, hello, just finished a class on Outschool. She said she used to be bad at describing classes, but she's getting better. Yeah, you learn as you go, definitely. No homework. I had to use Parental Guidance for Santa, and she only uses YouTube. Well, thanks for commenting. Sorry, Ariel. I totally missed that. I was flipping back and forth to screens for sharing screen and email, and then I had other ones open to show you guys. But the last thing on the email was the resources, and we've already talked about those third-party resources. So awesome. Anything else to add, ladies? Before we wrap it up? No? All right. Well, everyone, thank you so much for coming. I'm going to get Teacher Kelly's class links, maybe some classes for you guys, and Rebecca's, and we'll put them down below as well. Right now we have their, like, if you want to teach, you can click on their teaching ones. Kathy said she's jumping in for the end. She'll watch from the replay. Thanks, Kathy. Yeah, we talked about some important stuff today about the class listing, so you'll want to check that out. But ladies, if you can send me your links, I'll upload them as soon as we're done. So, all right, everybody, thanks for coming. Thanks for hanging out with us. See you all next week. Bye.
Bye, everybody.